Ashbin requested John to go to his office, while the Lamenters escort their father to this dubious meeting. The Marines came up one by one. The first one to go before John was the Primaris for his father's security. Imagine him in Lamenter's colors. Ashbin stared at the giant, who was looking down on him, and Glinda, while John makes his way up. Semni. Lamenter. Area secured. Glinda, Mr. R, can you explain who are these people? John. I guess we couldn't keep it secret for long. Do you know the tale of the beginning of Remnant? Ashbin and Glinda's eyes widened. They thought this was either a spy or someone who found out. Ashbin. And how do you know that tale, young man, that is far beyond any history book? John. You are not the only one to reincarnate. Ashbin was not beyond perplexed. John retells the entire future war and the end remnant. The two were just floored with the revelation. Glinda, we lost? John, everyone lost. And Salem got what she wanted. She was dead. Ashbin, she wanted to die? John, for an immortal like yourself, you should want it to end as well, right? Ashbin, you sound like you speak from experience. John, you got that right. Ashbin, what? How? John, Salem found a loophole in her immortality. The curse can be passed down to her kin. Ashbin, hold on, our children were? John rose a brow. Ashbin stopped and looked at him. His appearance bore a resemblance to him hairstyle-wise. The blonde was just a darker shade from Salem's when she was in human form. His eyes were similar to one of his children. John, keep going, you're gonna get it eventually.
Ashbin, you? She passed it to you?
But how did you get here? John, I was presented with a unique reincarnation. I was sent back in time before everything started to fall apart. Glinda, so you have knowledge of future events, then we can stop all of it. John, no, I want you to not get involved. You already did nothing for us the last time, and I know if you do, it's just gonna worsen. Especially if you are still allied with Leonardo Lionheart.
Ashbin, what do you mean by that?
John, your so-called ally has betrayed you. As proof that I am from the future, the Fall Maiden is in the lower levels of Beacon on life support. The two went pale. He is what he says he is.
Glinda, why?
John, he was afraid. And you lying about her immortality caused his downfall, along with Ironwood of Atlas. He was a defeatist. Ashbin, how did Atlas fall? John, like you said, it did fall. Ashbin, no, how did they do it? John, like they did on Mistral and Vale, they infiltrated as students of Haven Academy. Thanks to Leo. Ashbin smashed his hand on the desk and looked at Glinda. Ashbin, Glinda, contact Crow. He needs to pay a visit to Leo now. Glinda, all right, and Mr. Ark, is there truly nothing we can do? John, I had 10,000 years to plan everything to counter all the Queen's moves. Ashbin, and these people? John, the sons of another reincarnated soul fused in me. Ashbin, can you explain? I can do that for you. Magnus and Kitten teleports in. As the Lamented were on guard, they were told by the Emperor that Magnus was pardoned for all the crimes during the war on Terra. Glinda, what is that?
Kitten?
John, my brother from my previous life. Magnus enjoyed giving the mortals the imperial exposition of their history and accomplishments. He enjoyed the look of absolute confusion in their faces as he revealed John's previous incarnation as Sanguinius of the Blood Angels. Ashbin, that was... wow, we aren't alone in the universe. Glinda was trying to reboot. Ashbin, so these Space Marines are your genetic sons? John, yes, and with our war gear and experience, we are properly prepared to confront her pawns and her play. Ashbin, I don't know what to say. John, you don't have to say anything, just sit down and relax. We will win this war this time around. Ashbin, good luck, Mr. John Sanguinius. John, there's no such thing as far as my life is concerned. You deal with the turncoat in your midst, then we can talk. He leaves with his sons escorting him. Instead of wasting time with the elevator, John opened a window, and he flew down as his sons jumps down following him. Magnus and Kitten teleports away. They all landed on the grounds below and made their way back to their dorms. Team RWBY dorm room. John, so are we agreed? Blake, I have no sympathy for the Fong after they had me and my family killed. Young, I really want to pay them back for that. Weiss. So, how are we gonna approach this? RWBY, no prisoners. Blake. Agreed.
Young, seconded.
Weiss. Third. John. Motion granted then. Kira, I don't know, but with how everything turned out for everyone in the future, I will not show mercy for these monsters. John. Spoken like an angel of death. All right, first stop the docks. Magnus, should we help? John. No, keep an eye out here just in case something happens out of my knowledge. We must keep every advantage. Kitten, contact the ship and request for my sons to be equipped properly just in case. Kitten, you got it, Lord Sanguinius. Magnus. Why do you call him Lord? John. Just Sanguinius is fine, Kitten. I am still uncomfortable with this royalty thing.
Kitten gotcha.
Chatter, a Thunderhawk gunship, is unbound with resources. John, good. They make way to the platform to go beat Roman's ass.